Hello folks and welcome, thanks for tuning in. My name is Matt Latter and today we're going to play some Stellaris. So, Stellaris, for those of you who do not know about the game yet, it is by Paradox Development Studio, who are known for making grand strategy games. Normally they focus on historic titles, though this time around, after much asking for by the fans, they've decided to do some science fiction future stuff. And so far, it's hella lot fun. So, we are going to create our own race. I'll quickly guide you through it. This is not supposed to be a tutorial, though I will most likely explain a fair few things along the way. So first of all, we have to design how our character should look, our race. And I have something in mind. These guys here. I kind of like their look a little bit. So, let's randomly select a name for our race. Something that fits. Havarigga. Sounds about right. Okay, let's take that one. Nameless, define how everything in your empire is named. Let's see about the molluscoids. There might be something in there that fits. Yeah, that seems about right. Ship prefix I'll leave empty until we've actually got a name for our empire later, so I can properly set the prefix. So, traits. Basically, this is about what particular traits or species has in general. Are they especially good with money? Are they very intelligent by nature? Along those lines. There are positive, there are negative traits, and you have to balance them out. So for what I'm intending to play, which is a bit of Xenophile hegemonic empire, so to speak, I want people that live a bit longer, so my leaders can remain good for a longer time. And let's go for charismatic, so other people like us more. Then we'll take slow learners. Basically, we live long, but we don't learn as fast. And that's okay. And lastly, let's just take strong. So, what all of those traits do in quick overview. Enduring basically means we have a base lifespan of 30 years more than is normal. Normal is around human ages, I believe. Charismatic makes other people more happy if they are on the same planet as our people. Basically, we're really nice guys. Slow learners. Basically, all our leaders gain 25% less experience. And strong means that our ground-based army forces do 20% more damage, but also we extract more minerals from everything. Which is pretty nice. Minerals are one of the three important currencies. So, let's take male leader. I always like this yellow-blue color scheme for those guys. And yeah, these clothings look nice enough for an empire leader. Ruler titles are actually a new thing in the recent patch, so when the game came out it still had a lot of problems, as is sadly usual for Paradox games, insofar that they are very, very complex games. They require a lot of moving parts to interact correctly, and yeah. Sometimes things just don't work out as expected. So in this case, they've decided to give the players more possibilities to customize their empire, and the ruler title for male and female has been added with the most recent patch. So let's decide on what kind of planet our people live in. Basically 7 types of planets. If I live on the one on top here, I can't easily settle those 2 down here. I have problems with these 2 here, and can easily more or less also colonize this and this type of planet. The same holds true for basically all planet types. There's always just the opposing planet types that are less habitable. Which is also one of the reasons I intend to get a lot of species into our empire, since that allows you to more easily colonize other planets as well. But for now, let's see. I actually think I'm going with a tropical world. It kind of fits the look a little bit. And I haven't ever, I believe, had a species on an oceanic world. So, homeworld name. Let's see. Nirastan? Sounds nice. Okay. You could also, by the way, set a starting solar system. There's 2 pre-made ones. You could mod in your own, but I'm not sure how that works. So, city type just is how the background of the cities look when you're looking on a planet. It's only visual thing. And I actually kind of like the reptilian look they have here. So, government and ethics. Ethics basically is how our people generally tend to think. There's 8 categories, each one has a normal and a fanatic expression, and they are opposed. So, on the top, where we start, we have militarist and fanatic militarist. Means armies do more damage and people are more happy when at war. We have xenophobes, which don't like other alien species. We gain more influence when we rival other nations. Our people are xenophobic, but also have not much problem with alien slavery. Individualists are basically, very individualistic, as the name expresses. We gain more energy credits and people really don't like slavery. There's materialist, which gives us more research output in all 3 research categories. Then there's pacifist, which is opposite to militarist, obviously, which basically means we do less damage on the ground force armies, but our people grow quicker and don't really like war at all. Xenophiles really like other alien species. They have much less often cost to maintain proper alliances. They can establish more embassies, which is a limited resource, which allows you to improve relations with other nations, so to say. Also, people have negative xenophobia, which basically means they're more willing to accept other species. We have collectivists, which goes a bit more towards the hive mind thing. Basically, the people are okay with slavery, even among their own native species, and they consume less food. Lastly, we have spiritualist, which is opposite to materialist, basically religious, happy. So, as I mentioned, we are going to go for a xenophile and materialist band. The intention is to create a very cosmopolitan empire, and also, very important for me, since I want to try that out, include proper synthetics in our realm. So, what else? I think we'll just go xenophile and materialist and maybe militarist. Since, while we're happy to include other people in our empire with full rights and everything, we are going to be a despotic hegemony. So, expansive and autocratic is the idea here. We expand a lot, we include people, we give them full rights, but those we can't willingly take into our nation, we force into our nation. So, let's continue. The empire name. The Havarigga Interplanetary Empire. Don't like that one too much. Let's click a few times random if you find something that really sticks. The Havarigga Sovereignty. Oh. Come on, give me something nice. Galactic Havarigga Dominion. Ah, that's nice enough. So, now we have a name for our empire and our home planet and our species. We can actually go back to the name list and give our ships a proper prefix. Let's call it HDS, Havarigga Dominion Ships. HDS. As you can see, all the ship names now have HDS in front of them. Okay. So, following that, we get to select the flag of our empire. The colors are a bit bugged out because I've still got a mod active that should normally give me more colors to work with. It's not a big problem though. So, let's look for a symbol that fits what we intend to do. I do have one in mind. This one here. And let's see if we find a pattern that looks nice. Normally, in most cases, I actually go with a single color, since I like that a lot more. But maybe let's mix it up. Yeah, let's make it divided. Let's see, what other color fits nicely? I always like the blacks, but just doesn't fit with the color scheme I have in mind here. Not sure. This one, I kind of like these subdued blue tones mixed with a little gray. They kind of just click for me. So let's go with that. Okay, next up, what type of weapon do we start with? I'll probably go with energy weapons since it looks nice and shiny with all the lights going off. And I've played a lot of projectile weapons, and I'm not too big of a fan of missile weapons as of yet. FTL travel, we will go with warp travel since we're going to go for something easy expansionistic. I personally most like hyperspace travel, actually. Surprised me as well, but just gives a lot more strategic value to certain systems. But it can also fuck you over hard. Okay, we'll go with anthropoid ships. And that should be it, yeah. The Galactic Havarigga Dominion. In Nira is our home system. We live on an ocean world. Weapon-wise, red lasers, we travel by warp. These are our ships. We are enduring, charismatic, strong, but also slow learners. We are a despotic hegemony, which is Xenophile, Militarist and Materialist. So, let's save those guys for later, and then kick it off. And how large do you want to go? Let's go with a large galaxy. I usually like to scale down the number of AI empires a little bit, just so I have a bit more of an interesting start expansions-wise. I really love the whole exploration part of the game. Okay, and we're going to play on Iron Man. Let's play. There we go, the Galactic Havarigga Dominion. In the eons since the first primitive Havarigga communities took shape in the archipelagos and lagoons on Nira, our civilization has spread and prospered. Despite our rapid progression through the technological ages, as a species we were fragmented and inefficient. A new system emerged during these chaotic times that delivered us from superstitions, beliefs, and brought order to society. Some resisted this change out of irrational fear, but after several pacification wars, they too became productive components of a greater whole. Now, after the successful creation of several experimental subspace fields, the finest minds of the Galactic Havarigga Dominion have finished development of the first warp drives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Okay, so that's our home system, not too shabby. Let's look at the neighborhood. Okay, 2 star systems within our borders. Not too good, but not bad either. We can work with that. So, let's take our science ship and set them to explore the whole system, survey it. Construction ships are always set to follow, because when the science ship uncovers something we need to exploit, there is a construction ship nearby at all times. Our starting fleet I'll probably send around a little bit to explore on its own. We'll get notified if something happens. Let's look on our planet. So some tiles are blocked, we can clear them since they are yellow. If we can clear them, they're red and black. But we won't be doing so for now, there's still a lot of space we can use right now. Okay, looks good so far. Let's see what we can research. 3 research categories: physics, society and engineering. Whenever research is done, you gain a random selection of some possibilities to research. So, to start with, I will probably go global energy management since I really like having the power hub around. It basically buffs an entire planet, granting it plus 10% energy credit production. On the other hand, the solar panel network is also really nice. It's cheaper insofar that the power hub costs 150 minerals, as you can see with the red crystal image there. And the blue-purple icon to the right of that is influence, which is a very rare resource. We will never make overly much of that. So it's quite expensive, and the solar panel network just gives us 3 energy credits, money essentially, without requiring much at all. So probably goes for solar panel network to start with. Society research. New Worlds protocol is always the first one to take because we need colony ships. And by the time we've researched this technology, we'll probably have already found 2 or 3 planets we want to colonize. Lastly, in engineering, we didn't really get good techs to research, so for now I'll probably go with nanomechanics to unlock the research building engineering facility. Because nuclear missiles we don't need, we don't want to go into a secondary weapon type yet, and deep space outposts gives you defense platforms, which aren't very worthwhile as the game stands right now. And especially not for where we stand at the moment. So let's go with nanomechanics. Okay. So, let's start. We're going to go to fast speed. I usually play it fast. And let's see if maybe the science ship can uncover something early. Basically what it's going to do... Alright, we've got a new heir to our empire. Okay, need to click here. So basically our current ruler is Overlord Dovaci. And he is 33 years old. And he's champion of the people, which is awesome, everyone gains happiness. And also fertility preacher, which gives us food. Not the best of traits, but nice enough. And his heir is 20. Oh, actually, probably the first time I've got a younger heir. Most of the time I get someone that's nearly as old as the actual ruler. And he is Dalvar. He also has champion of the people. And he has charismatic, which reduces the cost of edicts, which are basically laws we can enact by spending influence. We'll see them later in the playthrough, most likely. So, as I was about to say, the science ship is basically going through the whole solar system and scanning every single planetoid. And so far we've not been lucky. I hope we do have a good starting system. What you can find on these planetoids and asteroids and whatever else is either energy credits or minerals, and sometimes research. To extract them, you need to build the proper resources. Oh, there we go. The asteroid FL758 has 2 minerals. So now with the construction ship selected, we'll just order it to construct a mining station here. It will cost 1 energy credit a month, but in return it will yield 2 minerals. That's plenty good enough for me. We'll also order the construction ship that after its construction with shift held, clicking on the science ship. You can see, oh, didn't probably work. Do it again. There, now it works. So after he's done that, he'll move here and then basically tag along the science ship again. Give me some more minerals, please. Ah, okay. One of the interesting things about Stellaris is that the whole exploration game is a lot more detailed. A lot of that is due to anomalies. So basically, something about Navbor is off. Our scientists found it out when surveying, and he tells us there are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. We could research it now, but there's a failure risk of 30%, which is a lot. So basically, failure risk can mean a variety of things. It can simply be nothing happens, you just failed. You can't do it again. And it can also be suddenly enemies, you're dead. Well, the science ship, at least. So, yeah, that's bad. What we're going to do is we're going to leave it be for now. I tend to play the anomalies a bit more safe. Highest failure risk I normally like to take is 15%. So, it's not like we'll never let this anomaly, we'll never research it. Thing is, anomalies have a level. Scientists have a level. So when the scientist levels up and is above the anomaly level, the failure risk goes down. The better the scientist, obviously, the less problematic. So every level above normally reduces the risk by 7.5%. So if he were level 5, 4 levels above it, it would be 0. I won't wait that long most likely, but we'll have to see. So, leave it be for now, let's continue. And the anomaly is marked here with that icon and the 1. The 1 denotes the level. Okay, in the meantime, our alien ships, our spaceships have started moving around. Our military fleet here. And they have actually found the first alien species. Well, not quite. There is more than just rival empires in this game. In this case, these are ancient mining drones set into operation by some enigmatic alien race many years ago, and they are working autonomously. And thing is, they are quite strong for being mining drones, and at the moment they could easily tear our ships apart. So, yeah, we'll wait with engaging them. But there we go. The Galactic Havarigga Dominion has finally encountered fellow wanderers among the stars. Despite their intentions being unknown and potentially even hostile, the atmosphere of Nira Astan, following the report from a first contact fleet, can best be described as rapturous. This in particular is how our people react because we are xenophile. If we were xenophobic, the people would be reacting much differently. So, our fleet still has other orders, so they'll just jump out of the system in short order again. So the enemies cannot engage us. So let's see. There's no aliens in here, which is good. So for now we'll just continue sending the fleet farther afield. Basically, I just want to know where hostile aliens are, because our science ship obviously cannot fight and will run screaming away when it sees an enemy. Okay, in the meantime, we've also actually found another minerals deposit in our home system. So we'll wait until that mining station is built and send it straight on to the next one. In the meantime, he still has a couple orders, but right ahead, with shift held down, I'm gonna right click on the next system, survey. So basically, you can see the science ship will come in and just survey the shit out of the system as well. Okay, let's continue. Our mineral income will rise in a moment. There we go. Now we order to build a mining station here and then once again follow the science ship. So, there we have it, our mining station. From now until eternity, or when it is destroyed, it will extract the minerals. So, let's hit spacebar again to continue, and see if you maybe find something else as well. In the meantime, our ships are continuing to move around, and we found another alien species. In this case, it's space amoebas. They are just random wanderers among the stars, more animal than really sentient life form. Oh, okay. We now know without a doubt that the thriving biosphere is not something unique to Nira Astan. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to force our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. So this is kind of a quest, we can say a commendable initiative, and accept it, which we're going to do, and we can just also say we have more important matters to focus on. So, focusing on other matters gives us a small influence boost, but it's not worth it by far. Because if we say yes, we're gonna do that, we'll get the kind of quest really to survey 8 worlds that could theoretically be habitable, that have a biosphere of their own. Once we've done that, we gain a lot of research for our society progress. So, potentially habitable worlds. What does that mean? As I explained earlier, there's the 7 types of planets. Like, we for example live on this wonderful ocean world here. And there's many other planets out there. Like here in Baropia, our neighborhood system, there is another ocean world. There is also desert world right over here. And the same holds true for most of these systems here. You can see there's a planet sign, sometimes red, sometimes green. Green basically means it's a planet we can currently colonize. Red means it is not. And they can be of basically 8 or 9 different types. There's the 7 ones we know from the race generation screen. And there's also the Gaia worlds, which are kind of paradise worlds that can be inhabited by anyone perfectly. Lastly, there's also tomb worlds, which habitable might not be the best descriptor for. Tomb worlds are basically worlds that got ravaged by nuclear war or something similar. There can be creatures that live on there, and you can later in the game maybe even uplift those creatures. That can be a lot of fun. But that's stuff for later in the campaign. Let's continue once again. And see... There's our science ship, okay. So far we've only found 4 total minerals in our system. Certainly not the best starting position. We found more aliens yet again. Let's see. Oh, a void cloud. Strange gaseous creatures. But we are moving away there as well, so they cannot engage us, because they would wipe the floor with us. Okay. Let's hope we find something in these 2 planets. Maybe a little energy would be appreciated. Come on, give me energy. Nope.
Situation log updated.
And even more aliens. Oh, in our home system actually. Someone jumped in. Ah, yeah.
System survey complete.
Spoilers, not really. They are just animals as well. Gas grazers. Okay, so. System surveyed. The Astan system has been fully surveyed. Also means our leader gained a level. So, everything within our home system is now completely researched. Nothing else we can do. Except build a mining station here. So, I've sent our science ship to the next system. It will appear here in very short order. There we go. And once the warp cooldown effect where it cannot move, yep, there it's over, it will continue to survey the system. So let's hope these 2 systems have some good resources as well. I would really love some high energy credit systems, because we are beginning to run out of energy credits. Which, let me see, on our home planet, we can build a power plant here. And you know what, we're gonna do that. Once the month is over and we'll get our mineral income, we'll just build a power plant on this tile and then move a population unit over. Just have to wait, and there we go. Build the power plant. Okay, in the meantime, while we wait, let's see what the science ship finds. So far, nothing at all. The exploration aspect of the game is actually what I consider the most fun about it. The late game can be fun as well, though I've only scratched that with one of my save games earlier. It's gonna get very hectic sooner or later, though with the save game I'm currently thinking about, I had hyperlanes as a warp travel network, which made organizing warfare a lot more complicated. We may actually get to see that in another campaign. I do intend to play more than one of this game because I really like it so much. But there we go, we have a negative balance. We're losing energy credits every month. That is because the NDS Narib, probably Narib, has finished the construction of the mining base here. So let's send it over to the science ship again. Also, Toropia, Toropia 1, the planet we can theoretically settle on, which we'll most likely do, it's a rather sizable one, has 2 science. We could build a science station here, but actually the science is planet bound. It's that tile here. So when we settle it, we'll get that anyway sooner or later. So in this case, really no need to rush and go get those 2 points right away. We have better things to do with our minerals for now. While we're at it, we can see here the building in near Astan is being built. We're gonna shuffle around a population unit onto this tile. He won't be producing that food anymore, but we still have a surplus of 3, which is more than enough to keep the population growing. Okay, our fleet is currently done. Let's send it out once more.
Situation log updated.
And we found more aliens. And, okay, crystal creatures. So far, no real NPC found, so to speak. All animals and similar creatures. And we've managed to find energy credits in the system. That makes me happy. Let's go ahead and build a mining station there.
Situation log updated.
Whoa, constant new discoveries. And this time it seems to be, yes, it is a proper alien species this time around. You can see it kind of...
Construction complete.
That question mark in front basically means there should normally be a nationality symbol. And the ship design is also one of those you can choose for your empires. So yeah. Also, Nirastan, our homeworld, has finished the construction over here. So now we're making energy credits again. Okay, so in Deres or nearby there is an alien species, probably in one of these stars here. We're already exploring all of those. Good, good, good. So yeah, let's see what we find over here. No enemy, or not enemy, no other species here in that region. So probably here or here.
System
there we go.
Complete.
Yeah, I'm not gonna speak that name. Forget about that. That's probably their home system. It's settled by those aliens. Also, Toropia has been successfully fully surveyed. And there's actually a second energy credit deposit in there. So now we explore the next base over here. The problem you have is that you have borders, as you can see here. And you can only build mining and research stations in your borders. So that means in this case, yeah, we got kind of fucked over. We only have Toropia and Sopranius. And in stark contrast, these guys over here have Nashira, Molbion, and Parabim, as well as most likely that star over here within their borders. Much stronger starting position, but we'll see how it ends up. I mean, we can quickly expand down here. There's 2 planets we can settle, and I'm having an especially great interest in Arcturus here, because it is a maximum size planet. Problem here is, if we remember, there were these mining drones. So in the foreseeable future, we should actually go ahead and start improving our fleet a little bit so we're strong enough to actually take those guys on. So, let's see how far are you ahead. I've cancelled the follow order and instead we'll tell him to move here so that when the minerals are there he can build an energy station. In the meantime, our science ship is over here, and yeah, we really are not lucky because this is also a very small system. 2 huge-ass barren world, another medium-sized one, and a class M star. No moons, nothing. So after they're here and survey that, I'm gonna tell them to go to Bazanak. Oh, damn, I missed it. I wanted to show you guys the black hole in action, probably. Oh well, we'll get our chance. Looks awesome though. And also, there's this nice planet here. In the system of the black hole. Probably the last remaining thing in here outside of enemies, as we can see here. Alien vessels. Probably void clouds or crystal entities that remain there. Enigmatic creatures we know nearly nothing about. Okay, so we're gonna send our fleet back into orbit of near Aston. When they are there, they'll actually cost less maintenance, so yeah, we'll make even more money. In the meantime, at least Subtrantius has a mineral deposit. So we're gonna do that one up as well. Actually, we haven't built the energy station here, and that's fine. I'd much rather have more minerals than more energy credits at the moment, since we are running a positive balance. Maybe we're lucky and find something else here in Subterraneous 3. Come on.
System survey complete.
Nothing. Yeah, not the greatest start, but we'll deal with it. So, now our science ship is exiting our borders. It can survey any system anywhere it can reach, but yeah, problem still being you can't build stations there outside of so-called frontier stations, which push out your borders by themselves. They, though, cost a lot of influence to build and to maintain. Like, a normal, simple frontier station costs you 200 influence upfront, and then 1 per month. As you can see here in the pop-up, we only make 3 a month, so we're kind of limited. Okay, let's see. Science-wise, we're still on track. And by now, we managed to get a good bunch of special projects. So, normally when you get these pop-ups, you can start a project to investigate the various alien life forms. That can lead to you gaining a variety of small events, but at the same time they will stop your research in a certain category for that time. So all of these take 180 days. We can run them in parallel if they haven't changed that. And yeah, they would just completely stop our society research. And since society research is new colonies, I do tend to wait a bit until I actually do these projects. Because early expansion is quite important in this game. Oh wow, that's a good system already. 3 energy credits and 1 on minerals and energy credits here. If this system keeps up like that, it's gonna be nice to have later. We'll have to see. And in the meantime, let's go to the ship designer real quick. So, you can design your own ships in this game. It works by a segment system. If you've ever played Sword of the Stars, you probably know what I'm talking about. Basically, depending on the size of your ship, you get to select between 1 and 3 sections with which to equip the ship. In this case, we only have corvettes, which are only a single section. We can choose between the Striker, Interceptor, and Shifter Core. The differences here are that the Striker Core has weapon mounts for one small and 1 medium weapon. The Interceptor one has space for 3 small weapons, and the Shifter Core for only 1. Also, Striker Core has utility slots, 5, Interceptor has the same, and the Shifter Core, since it has less weapons, has 3 small utility slots and 2 medium ones. Utility slots are not as self-explanatory as weapon slots. Into utility slots you actually place reactors, shields, armor, stuff like that. You're gonna get to see that a lot more in the future. For now, we're going with a basic Interceptor Core. We have 3 weapon slots, 5 equipment slots, and the required slots to the right. These are the faster than light engine, our battle computers, which we only have basic as well, our thrusters, and our radar system, or to be more precise, sensor system. So for now, we're going to click on the weapon slots, and we can see we only have the red laser at the moment. They come in 3 sizes for the various sized weapon mounts. So we'll click on it and just drop it in all 3 slots. Now we have 3 lasers. As we can see to the right here in the ship stats, we are at a negative 17 power. So let's see. We only have fission reactors to put into our utility slots at the moment. There'll be a lot more here later. So we require 2 of those. And that's it. Ship's ready. We save the design. We overwrite one which was auto-generated with that, which is not a problem. And yeah, now we have it here, our corvettes. Let's go to our planet, to the spaceport down here. And we're going to order some of these corvettes built, bit by bit now. Because we really need the power to take Arcturus for us. That planet is too valuable to pass by. Okay. Let's see then. So far we've had not the best of starts. Our borders don't encompass many planets. We've scouted around a little, found our first alien empire, found a lot of systems that are currently occupied by neutral forces in one way or another, and we've started to research outside of our borders. I'd say that's a good point to call off the first episode. I hope you liked what you've seen so far. I hope you tune in again when the next episode goes live. If you want, comment, like, subscribe. I'm happy for every single one of those. And other than that, yeah, thank you for watching. See you around.